One of the most exciting things that I've done recently has been buy a DSLR camera. And in addition to buying the camera, I've been watching a series on YouTube for photography. How do you use the camera? What do the different settings mean? And how do they impact the final output of the photo that's being taken? So I have a Canon EOS 80D, which is like super fancy and almost unnecessarily fancy for where I am and what I've done. But I realized that I have taken photos on digital cameras before. I actually love photography as much as I love drawing and art. It's another visual art that I get to explore and start learning about. I'm also really excited because my vision for it is definitely around the realm of boudoir photography, portrait photography, working with people to get beautiful images of them. And I'm really hoping that I can bring my creativity and ability to understand bodies to help people get comfortable being themselves and expressing who they really are in film. I've modeled before and I love it so much. It's one of my hobbies. It's something I love to do for fun. And if you check out my website, which is finally up again since I realized my DNS expired, but my website's up. I've posted a blog and I intend to post more. But my website has photos from some shoots that I've done. Actually, they're all photos from one shoot that I did with a photographer. We just tend to do a variety of outfits and all sorts of things. So there will be more photos of that to come because I like to share. I just don't do it all the time. But welcome to my channel. I am Latia. I just talk about random things. I hope you like this. If you do, please like it. Dislike it if you feel such a need to do it. Please explain because I'd love to learn from feedback if possible. Please subscribe, share, all the good stuff around connecting people with this video. So I just have been loving what I'm learning about photography. I'm watching a video by Bray Photography, I believe, and I'm on video 10 of 10 for a course. So he goes over his journey in film and photography, how he became Australian Geographic's photographer, his journey, what the different aspects of photography are. So he goes over the exposure triangle with aperture, ISO, shutter speed, and it's just been an amazing experience for me so far. I'm really learning a lot. I've even gone out in my backyard and like taken picture of leaves and buckets just so I have photos that I can take and explore with as I get to the point where I have photo shoots with my friends and different people so that I can continue exploring what this medium has to offer that drawing doesn't, or that other ways that I've found to creatively express myself have been lacking. I'm really excited about learning how can I take an image that I see and recreate it as accurately as possible, but then also how can I get creative with it? So maybe I'll be at something where something's in motion and I'd like to get the blur in the background or all of those good things. And this video series has inspired me around that because I would have no idea that those were options, that you could freeze a bird in time in a moment, or you could have like the blur of wings or the blur of a waterfall. And just having this as a new outlet and hobby for me, I'm excited for, because I haven't had the ability to focus as much as I used to. So I'm reading a book and it's a really good book so far. Like chapter 1 has me engrossed, and I'm on chapter 2 and I'm just like, okay, like we can read a little bit more. And they're not long chapters, but I can tell my focus is not very strong. But slowly but surely it's kind of coming back. So I've been able to crochet a hat. I'm almost finished with another hat that I'm crocheting. I'm working on coloring pages. I've been able to finish a few of those, which for me feels like an accomplishment, especially because I was using marker and I prefer crayon or colored pencil, but the colored pencil just doesn't have the pigmentation that I would like. And I don't know where my box of 64 crayons is because I didn't move myself. So got some challenges to work with, but I'm really excited for handling them with patience and compassion towards myself, because it's not my fault that I'm in where I am, and even if it is, I still have time and room to grow and create something amazing from it. So that's what I'm working on a personal side note. But so far, from watching hours, potentially hours, I've been taking notes in a Google Doc and watching these videos, and the biggest lesson that I've gotten is really being intentional about taking photos, thinking about the lighting, thinking about how a model is posed, which in this video series it doesn't go over, but I watched a video on it last night. I didn't watch it all the way through, but it was really interesting to watch how a petite photographer was able to take very beautiful photos with a few tweaks, such as like pointing toes, standing on tiptoes, having that like arch to the hip, like where you like cock your hip a bit and like pop it out, and arm placement. Those things always fascinate me in the realm of figure drawing. How do I find an interesting way to draw a figure? But then it also, for me, and my body movement experience, is shown up in ballet and pole dance and track and field, which I did the triple jump, which was a power ballet, which I loved because the ballet is so precise in movement. When you start, you know exactly where you need to be. It's very technical, and I love that about it. And I feel like that's what I'm loving about doing photography so far, because your aperture affects your shutter speed, affects how much blur and stabilization is needed, impacts whether your depth of field is something where, like, my depth of field, I can't say because I'm not that good at it yet, but what I can say is I'm clear and my background's pretty clear, so it's probably would be like a high field of view, which means it'd be like f/40 in theory if I was using a DSLR, which I'm just using my iPhone. And if I were blurrier, then it'd be a lower one where it could be f/2, and just focusing on me as an image, blurring the background and giving it that professional look. And I've been able to take a few photos that have that blurry image going on with my brother and sister, and that has been exciting for me because I have a cell phone, and I like having a cell phone. I think they're great, but I also love that, I don't know, there's something about the feeling of holding a camera where it's just really real and it's manual and it doesn't feel digital. Like, I have the touchscreen iPhone with the eye facial recognition, and it annoys me sometimes. Like, my phone was in the possession of police, and they made it to where they don't use facial recognition because they didn't have my face. So they were using my PIN code to like check stuff, and they made everything visible. So I might change some of it so my business ain't out there all the time. But what they did do that I liked is that, like, I was thinking about having it to where I only use my passcode to get into my phone, because it's annoying when I look at my phone and it's like, let me open, and it's like, no, like, you're too fast. You're anticipating needs that aren't wanted. Like, please stop, being presumptuous about what my intentions are. So I've been enjoying having a camera to take photos with, to be on my laptop, to do different things. It allows me to be a little faster. I like that feeling of the reverberation when I like click a button or do something, where on my touchscreen phone it just feels like, move, like I feel like I want to break it sometimes. And not because I'm like angry, but just like I can't feel it, like there's not the reverberation. Like, I just don't feel it. But I'm excited for creating my photos. I'm excited for taking videos on that camera, because like I'm not at that point yet. I'm still like learning it, getting the feel of it. But I have been taking pictures. I'll be finding my computer stuff so I can get it onto my laptop and assess, like, are these quality pictures or not, which I won't be able to know. I don't know what a quality picture is fully. I just know that as a model, I've wanted to expand outside of just taking beautiful pictures and really get into fashion pictures and making interesting movement where it's not just like me being cute. Like, it's easy for me to be beautiful. Like, I mean, I'm biased on my view of myself, but I had a cousin, I have a cousin, and she was like, Latia, your awkward phase was just wow. And I was just like, what awkward phase? I've been beautiful since the day I was born. Like, I came out a superstar. I don't understand what this awkward phase is. I mean, sometimes I look back and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I made some weird choices, but still look dope, because that's all I can do. It's all I know. As the nerdy outcast black sheep of the family kind of person that I am. But I'm really excited to keep exploring photography. It's highly likely I'll be talking about that more because I'm loving it. It's fun. I don't know what I'm doing, so this will be a journey and exploration of my curiosities and what's grabbing my attention, and just a chance for me to like switch up my talking, because I feel like I get repetitive sometimes and I don't like repeating myself. So for me to repeat myself is bothersome. And I know other people feel that way too, because I was just talking with someone about that over Facebook Messenger. You know who you are, and I know that neither one of us like that. But I'm hoping that I can keep the topics diverse, because I actually have a lot of experiences, and I'm thinking about talking about some of my online dating and different interesting adventures that I've been on. But I'm really just grateful to have a space to share, grateful for those people who comment and engage in discussion. I really hope you have a wonderful day. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike, give feedback, be weird, I don't know. Just have fun, live your life like it's golden, because it could be. And whatever you're going through, I hope it's great, and if not, this too shall pass. So I'll see you next time.